Hi, everyone. I'm Mrs. Buckley. I'm in the band teacher at Preston and Purchase Elementary Schools. I'm just going to share my screen with you here and go through some information about the band program. So just a little bit about me to start. I am super excited to be starting in person with the band kids this year. Those of you who are in fifth grade, have fifth graders, you know that we were doing remote lessons for a big portion of last year. So it's nice to be starting off in person. This is my 23rd year teaching elementary band and my 20th year in the Harrison Central School District. I currently teach band at both Purchase and Preston. I have two daughters who are in 6th and 7th grade. They're both part of their own school band. My daughter Leah plays percussion and my daughter Quinn plays the trumpet. We are a very outdoorsy family. We love hiking and camping and taking road trips, exploring. We're big skiers. So that's just a little bit about me. Some general information about the band program. 4th and 5th grade band students meet once a cycle. So we have a 6-day cycle, A through F day. They will come to me once a cycle for a 40-minute small group lesson. Groups are usually made up of about 2 to 5 students who play the same or similar instruments. Lessons are in person. But we'll be doing it very safely this year. The kids have to be at least 6 feet apart. They'll be wearing special masks that are designed for playing instruments. So it covers your mouth and your nose, and it has a small opening that you can open up to put the mouthpiece through. And we also have bell covers for the ends of the instruments. Lesson group and schedule information was sent home already, but it will also be posted on Google Classrooms. Each student will have a Google Classroom for their lesson group, and they'll have an assignment each week that will be posted on there. Band homework consists of practicing the assigned lesson book lines and exercises that I assign them for at least 10 minutes every night. It is homework. So I tell the kids, though, it's fun homework. So make it part of your nightly homework routine. Maybe use it to break up the academic homework. So maybe you do your math homework and then you practice your instrument and then you move on and do your reading, but make it part of that nightly homework routine so that it's not that last thing that you put off and have to do right before you go to bed because you forgot to do it earlier. Just make sure they think of it as homework because it is homework, but it's fun and they're picking up their instrument and playing for at least 10 minutes. They can absolutely do longer than 10 minutes, but they need to do at least 10 minutes every night. Students should have a quiet room that's free of distractions. So for practicing, they should be in a nice quiet room where they can kind of close the door and really focus. And I recommend that they use a music stand and sturdy chair to allow for proper posture when they're playing their instruments. These are some pictures of the band classroom at Purchase. Just a few pictures you can take a look and enjoy. This is the smart board up here. We have over here, these are hard to see, little buckets that have some beads in them for some of our band karate that I'll explain in a minute, and some storage in the back of the classroom. Here is my band classroom at Preston. We also have the storage. We have our smart board area in the front of the room. Got some percussion instruments there and our informational bulletin board. Band karate. Now, band karate is a really fun way for the kids to kind of set goals for themselves, celebrate their successes, also kind of keep track of their progress through the lesson book and through concepts and skills. Each belt that they earn requires for them to play certain lesson book lines or scalar patterns, sometimes a combination of both. When they earn a bead, so let's say, for example, the orange bead, they have to play line number 6 and line number 8 in the book for me with accurate notes and rhythms. When they're able to do that, they will get a bead added to the ring. So each student will have one of these rings, and every time they earn a new bead, it gets added onto that ring, and they can keep it right on the handle of their instrument. All right, and it's just kind of a little decoration for the instrument and a way for them to celebrate their successes throughout the year. Curriculum. So in 4th grade, our goal is to establish a solid musical foundation. This will set them up in the future for musical independence. They're going to learn various basic rhythms, including quarter notes, half notes, whole notes. They're going to learn quarter rests, half rests, and whole rests. They'll also learn the notes of the concert B flat scale, and they'll be introduced to various tempo and dynamic markings. In 5th grade, we continue to build on that foundation, but students will expand out on those rhythms and notes that they learned in 4th grade. They'll be introduced to 8th notes and 8th rests and the notes of the concert F scale, and they will continue to expand their knowledge of all musical terms. How can parents help? These are huge, huge ways that you can be a big part of your child's success on an instrument. Number one, ask your child to perform for you on a regular basis. They love to perform. So if you ask your child to come in, play something that they're working on, something that they learned in lessons, it just builds their excitement for performing. Ask them to show you what they learned in their lesson each week. When they come home on their lesson day, ask them what they learned, ask them if they can show it to you, ask them if they can explain it to you. This is a big one. Ask them to teach you how to play their instrument. So during their first few lessons for 4th graders, they're going to be learning the fundamentals of playing their instruments, how to get their mouth in proper position, how to make a sound on the instrument, how to put their fingers on the instrument. And by repeating these things that they're learning to you at home, it will help to reinforce those skills with them. Also have them perform for grandparents, aunts and uncles on Zoom. They love that. And the grandparents and aunts and uncles love it too. Encourage them to practice, encourage them to perform, encourage them to try new things, and then just praise. When you hear them playing, even if you're walking by their bedroom and they're playing, just pop your head in, tell them how great they sound. It'll make a huge difference. If you need to get in contact with me for any reason, email is the best way. I'm between schools, so reaching me at a particular school can be tricky, but you can always reach me by email, buckleyh@harrisoncsd.org. So that's really it for my presentation for you guys. If you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out to me through email. And I really look forward to working with all of your children this year.